everybody, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So today's message is a really cool one. I think y'all will relate to it, but before we begin, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt as if maybe you can't really tap into your intuition? You feel like there's so much distraction, so much going on that you're not hearing your inner voice. Or maybe you're hearing an inner voice, but you're not sure if it's fear, if it's overthinking. So you're having trouble discerning, is this my intuition or what is this? We're going to be talking about that here today. But first, if you are new here, I put out daily intuitive messages. So if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I put out those daily messages. Okay, so I have a little bit of rain going on in the background. You may or may not hear it. I don't know how well the sound picks up, but my window is right here next to me and there's rain on the windowsill kind of just trickling down. So it's a rainy day here where I live, and I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened at my daughter's school. So yesterday was also a little bit of a rainy day, and we got a message come through through the emails that the school had lost power, and so that the phones were down, and they were just notifying the parents in case we wanted to reach our child that, we couldn't reach them right now. So I got that message, and I didn't think much of it or whatever. And so my daughter just went to school the rest of the day. I didn't have to reach her or anything like that. But then when I went to go pick her up from school, I asked her, how was your day? And she said, oh, it was so boring. We didn't do anything today. And why? I want to know, why didn't you do anything today? Well, because of the power outage. And she mentioned how everything they do is connected to the internet, how they don't really have textbooks, and they didn't have any way to print any worksheets or anything because the printers worked off of the Wi-Fi. So, they couldn't do anything at all that whole day yesterday. And so today it's raining again. I'm hoping that's not the case again, but at the same time, there are benefits when we unplug. So what ended up happening is I asked her, what did y'all do today then? If there was nothing to do, did you just sit there? What did y'all do? And so what they ended up doing was playing a game of Heads Up, 7 Up. Have y'all ever played that, where you put your head down and you put your thumb up, and there's like 7 people up in the front, and they come and they touch the top of your thumb, and if they touch the top of your thumb, you put it down, and then you have to identify which one of those 7 people touched your thumb. And so this game is really a really cool game. I had forgotten about this game. If you have played this game before, if you know what I'm talking about, give me a like right now or comment down below your memories of this game. I do remember playing this game growing up quite often, actually. And then for a while there, I was a teacher myself in the classroom, and I think maybe a time or two we played it, but I don't think it's played as often as maybe it used to be played, specifically because the students are always plugged into their devices now. So anyhow, this was an opportunity that they had no other option but to unplug. And through unplugging, they began to play this game and connect to their intuitive nature, because that game is really meant to strengthen your intuitive nature. If you really think about that game, that's what it does, because you can't see, you can't use your eyes, you can't use your logic really. You have to use your senses, like your sense of touch, your sensing of feeling, your trusting of who it was. You have to use your feelings really to be able to discern who it was that touched your thumb. So it's really a game of intuition if you really think about it. So I wanted to bring that here today as today's intuitive message, that at times we have to unplug. We have to unplug from our devices. We have to unplug from this noisy world in order to gain some stillness. And through stillness is where we experience awareness. We experience these other senses that help us to discern and figure out things that maybe have been there this whole time. So just like 7 Up, when you're using your senses to be able to figure out who it was, those are valuable senses that you're developing and strengthening through that game, because we really need our sense of feeling, our intuition, and the ability to trust ourselves and those feelings to be successful in this world. So oftentimes I get from people that they don't know what is intuition, or if they're connecting to intuition, like I mentioned before. And that is why I specifically created a course called the Intuition Course. The Intuition Course, I guide you through intuition and how to connect with yourself in a way that you will never ever forget it. It's a way that you have now kind of tapped into that and you're clicked in. You're going to use your intuition from now on. Using your intuition really helps you in life. It helps you to really carry out anything that's in your heart's desire very, very naturally, where you don't have to sit there and think and use logic. Just like in the game of 7-Up, the students didn't have to sit there and like work out problems or, you know, figure things out or take a moment to like, you know, analyze every little thing. It was a sense of feeling that they used, and that's all that was required in order to play the game. And a lot of times, you know, when these courses and things are presented to people about, you know, using your intuition, doing this and that, initially we know that we want to learn about that. We want to learn how to use our intuition. We get that knowing, that yes, from our inner being. But then our mind, our logic comes in and says, oh no, that's not the way to do it. We have to be logical. We have to work everything out. We have to work hard. It has to be hard. It can't be as easy as a feeling. So our mind begins to play tricks on us and makes us second guess everything. So with the Heads Up 7-Up game, the way that you are actually successful with that game is by not second guessing yourself. If they've done studies and things around that game, and it's if you use your first sense, whatever you thought it was at first, whoever you thought touched your thumb at first, that's usually the correct answer. It's when students begin to second guess themselves that they get it wrong. So if you're feeling like you want to take this intuition course, if you're feeling like you want to align to this now, I would encourage you not to second guess yourself in anything anymore. Go ahead and start using your intuitive faculties that you have. We have so many faculties that are not, you know, used or developed within us. We have gifts within us that, you know, they're there. People want to say there's no such thing as spiritual gifts. That's a thing of the past. It's not a thing of the past. Time and space is an illusion, and everything is here and now. Anything that ever was is here and now. And so people that tell you these things are trying to separate you from your greatness, from the knowing that's already within you, from that spirit, from that source that's already in you. So the more separated you get from that, the more difficult your life becomes. But as you become more and more attuned to this, what's the spirit within, that intuition, you become, you know, everything becomes very easy. You just kind of flow through life and everything kind of falls into place as it should. Sometimes we go through ups and downs and it feels like a spiral, but in the end, it makes perfect sense why that happened. So I encourage you today to begin to explore the intuition within you. And if you have, you know, the ability to enroll in that course, I encourage you to do so. I am still taking enrollments for that, and I will link that in my description and in the comments down below. But if you can't take that course right now, or maybe in addition to that course, you want to do a little bit more, I encourage you to abide in the stillness of things. So unplug from the internet, unplug from your phone devices, all of these things, and do things like meditation, like walking outside, taking walks in nature, like just taking a shower even, you know, doing things that will bring you back into your own stillness and state of awareness. And one of the things that I also really highly encourage is journaling. Now, a lot of people are resistant to journaling. They think, oh, that's not going to do anything for me. I don't want to do that, or I've tried that before, but I encourage you to try it again. And I have created two different journals here. I have one that is my brand new journal, the School of Scarlet Intuition Activator Journal. This journal has 111 journal prompts that I have created with working with people, working with intuition. And so each page has a journal prompt at the top and a lot of space to write. And so these prompts work to activate your intuition. So each question will activate a different aspect of your intuition. So this is a very powerful journal. You don't just have to sit there and write anything. This is a guide. So if you're new to journaling, I would really highly encourage you to pick this up. I will also link this in my description. This can be found on Amazon. So this is my other journal. It's the School of Scarlet journal. This one really encompasses all of life. It's really meant to connect you to your authentic self, really. And so this also has 111 journal prompts, and these are very fun. They go deep into everything from manifesting to, you know, your current reality, to realizing the truth of reality, the unconditionalness of everything. So I would also highly encourage this journal as well. So those are my two offerings for you as far as journals. And like I say, if you can't join the course right now, I would encourage you to begin with something like this, or just meditating, walking in nature, getting back to stillness and unplugging, just like my daughter had to unplug from all of the devices, all of the ways that they do schooling nowadays. They started playing Heads Up 7-Up, and they strengthened their intuition, and they had fun doing it. So I encourage you to do that here today in your own way. So I hope that this message found you well. If it did, if it resonated with you, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below about how you connect with your intuition. Share with us in the comments. I really enjoy hearing from you. Thank you so much again. If you are new here, I encourage you to subscribe, to hit that notification bell, to come back for the next daily message. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all.